Does this work now? I hope it does. Man, that's annoying. Alright, are we back? Yes, we are. Fantastic. Yeah, sorry about that. My game just froze my entire PC. That wasn't how it was supposed to go. I wonder where it's saved though. I hope it's not too far back. Okay, we are just right here. Yep. Sorry for that.
Hell, I'll not.
Hope that doesn't happen again.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Thank you, Roland.
Because I had to restart my entire PC for that to work.
I swear that ox's gaze is following me.
Yep, the run is modded.
He stares right past you. See nothing when you.
Alright. Man, that is annoying. Because it wasn't just my game crashing, it was my entire PC freezing.
Are you alright?
Let's buy the invis potion. Oh, we don't have money. Let's order our stuff again. And get that. What is my settings at? Oh. I mean, I have no clue if it feels OP because I'm at level 2, so if it already felt OP, I'd be doing something wrong. Oh, I guess the mod will be doing something wrong. Alright, let's hope we don't crash again right here. Please don't crash. Alright, we are good.
I have something to ask.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells.
Now Arabella's being judged.
Hurry! You, get back! What? You! We could have taken those guys.
Let's go free Arabella for the armor class ring. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Okay.
This is a what? I will imprison.
A death viper. You have milked them.
Gut, sheep, rat, and come, cook. Do it.
The snakes hiss. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy.
At least we have high charisma,
never
so
grows old.
we get these roads easily.
Very out. Halcyon isn't.
Also, let me check something really quick.
Find our master.
Oh,
Return to me then. Tell me what you find. Tell only me. Understand?
ah, okay. Now that should be working
Fly quick. Fly safe.
much better. Yes, I'm playing on Dark Urge. Generally, unless I'm playing some other Origin character, you can assume I'm always on Dark Urge.
A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Let's see, okay, you want 213 for that. We can make that happen. Alright.
Druids don't care about us. No one does.
Up.
Thank you. I was fine.
Mother was a heartbeat away from fighting a bear.
Isn't that how Mum usually is?
And let's also go down to Mole so we can get the ring. And I really hope it doesn't crash again, that'd be so annoying. Where is Mole? Oh, over there. Okay. Is it just on my end where the stream is lagging again? Or is it fine for you guys? Because for me right now it's... Because I have the stream open on my phone, just to read chat. And on my display it's lagging. Is it the same for you guys, or is it fine on your end? That'd be quite helpful to know.
Never see us coming. Well, you saved Arabella from the... And we're happy to be... You... And we can sell it once we get to the city. Making sure we're ready to leave when the time comes.
Okay, it's lagging as well. Okay, I did something that hopefully at least improves it. But man, this is annoying.
Anything else? You've been a friend.
Okay. I hope it... There's a chance it fixes itself in like the next 10 minutes, but if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna have to do something else. But man, this looks quite annoying. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Why does it lag so hard? Am I not connected to the proper connection? Alright, let me see if I can find the cause for this. Yeah, okay, the issue is in OBS, but why does it lag so bad all of a sudden? Is it because I'm using the wrong... Huh. Okay, what if I change this? Okay, does this... Okay, let's hope that helped. If it doesn't, I honestly don't know what to do about that. Okay, so I should have improved my connections quite a bit now. If that didn't help, I think I have to fight before I'm getting to level 5. Of course, usually I prefer to just level up first, but there are so many extra encounters in this mod that I don't really have the choice to not reach. What am I saying? I don't have a choice other than fighting. That's what I'm trying to say. Because on my usual leveling route, there should be plenty more enemies now that I don't expect there to be. Yeah, I hope the stream works well too. Yeah, like I said, I did something that should have some effect, but other than that, we can just pray it works. Yeah, let's go here. But at least for me, in my like little mobile view right here, the stream seems to have improved slightly. It's quite the big mod actually. There are a bunch of extra encounters.
I had a feeling you'd be...
Alright, we for sure need this ring on a caster. And I guess we can just continue to a blighted village. Yeah, my internet isn't the best, and usually it's just enough to stream, but sometimes even that can be a struggle. Yeah, let's just hop around.
People up ahead.
I'm honestly kind of scared to use enhanced leap too much, because I might end up crashing my PC again from loading too many areas at the same time.
What a true soul. You, not a step
Hello,
closer.
Sonia. How are you?
The mark glows, but you... The injured man locks eyes. Your
He's your... Do you have orders for us?
I told Edward not to look in that cave. It was filthy with owlbear tracks. What? The cave is just...
True soul.
Right. I wish I could have done that on my Kill Everything run. Those guys would have been very helpful in the owlbear fight.
Let its host
Okay. If we're dealing psychic damage, I think it's a good idea to use illicit powers.
Dead goblins. Dead travelers.
Right. Let's say hello to Scratch, and this time not kill him.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
Well, I'm having fun on the gaming side, but the tech issues are quite frustrating. I hope it's calmed down now, though, but been a rough start.
around his neck is a collar, etched with a name. He whines.
But I'm not gonna... Actually, do I... Nah. I don't really care about having him as a summon.
Might be worth a look.
Okay. I should probably say this before I stream my playthroughs. I don't care about in-game characters the slightest. So... And I know many people who watch this kind of content do care, that's why I make a bit out of it, but I do not give a shit about what happens to in-game characters.
Apologies, your lordship.
That might come as a surprise to some of you, but that's just how it is. Alright, subclass features. Your senses beyond more normal limits, allowing you to perceive things better than others, as well as detecting danger before it... Okay, is this just see invis? Because the icon looks very similar. And we get always prepared Misty Step. That's kinda nice. Oh, okay. What are these spells, dude? Hello, Zunbel, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I know. I should be ashamed of myself for not having a strong relationship to fictional characters. How dare I? Okay, which spells do we want here? Which sound cool? I kinda wanna go with psychic damage, cause my class, I think, goes there, but I guess Cloud of Daggers should be a staple in any sorcerer. It's just way too good to not use. As for meta magic, quicken spell, always the go-to. No, it's not even that I'm just a min-maxer. Min-maxer would imply that I sacrifice my own fun in the game for just having the best output. I just don't care about the story side of the game. I do care about having fun with my class.
A war drum. One of those can summon fighters far and wide.
Shove over!
Right. I'm not even quite sure what should be our first fight. Probably something in the Underdark. If I had to choose.
Clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction.
I play plenty of other games, yeah.
The visions.
I just don't show them on YouTube.
Sounds like they've captured themselves a bar.
I think I've played basically every single Souls like under the sun. Well, I guess not every single one, but quite a few of them. And
That smells delicious.
just some other games here and there. I think if I only played Baldur's Gate, I'd burn out real quick. Also, this courtyard has way more goblins than it usually has, and there are even two guards right here. That's what the extra enemy mod does. Just adds more in these fights. That's why I'm even more hesitant to take fights, because I don't know how many enemies are gonna appear. Okay, please don't crash, game. Thank you.
Aye, so much fun.
The mark glows. But
You one of those moonrise types then? Guessing you're after me. She. Bloody racket.
Well, I might stream Souls like at some point,
So much fun.
or just like Souls games in general. If I say Souls like, I'll also include the Souls game themselves. And I might do those at some point, but for now it's Baldur's Gate only.
Smells like burnt flesh in here.
No, Priestess Gut needs to tap. You ready? Brace.
as darkness, the vision dissolves away. You still
So maybe I can help with that. You with
Well, yeah, there aren't that many Souls like that are actually high quality, but those that are quite nice to play.
please.
Alright. Now, do we play this nice, or do we actually raid the Grove? Because usually I don't raid the Grove for obvious reasons, because you destroy half the quest in the entire game. But it would be kind of funny to do that. So I don't know if what I want to do here. Do we have minor illusion? No, we don't even. No, I haven't played Divinity.
Oi, come here. I ain't waiting around.
quiet.
Let's get some loot here. We don't need the barrels really, so.
Seems simple enough. That's curious. Best be on my way.
Yeah, okay, the reason why I picked this outfit is because I thought it would be kind of like an alien priestess, some weird cult. That's the inspiration I got from this class.
What is this?
But yeah, I can see just some medieval monk, just channeling the power of the stars. It's kind of a sick theme. No, honor mode is for sure about fun in this game. There is obviously some aspect where you have to be careful and kind of think about what you're doing, but most of it is still just having fun, in my opinion. Especially if you have played this game for a while. And I would assume that if I die on this run, I wouldn't restart on... Like, I don't care too much about completing the game on a mod for this one. It's just a chill run. Though I will try to not die, obviously. Let's get higher sleight of hand here. No, I don't think I would try another class. I would probably just continue playing this one where I left off. Again, I don't care too much about completing this on honor mode, but I'm also fairly confident I don't die if I try hard enough. Let's kill the Minotaur as well, and then we can see where we're going. Okay, why can I not reach that? Yeah, I also have Mist of Spells. It's a double feature. And I also have another mod that creates new spells. Not new spells, new equipment for Sorcerer. Which I haven't seen yet, but it is here, so there's a chance we stumble across some new items. I guess I should be more watchful, considering there could be new loot everywhere, but for now, it's fine. Let's get a cooler looking stuff. There we go. If I remember correctly, there's like a crazy paladin. Yeah, it's this guy. Probably not the best idea to go here right now. Actually, let's go Risen Road for the space buckler. For your first honor mode playthrough, I talked about this just a second ago, I would go Moon Druid. Moon Druid is incredibly easy to play and gives you crazy results for what you're doing.
These boots have seen.
And you're also incredibly tanky, so... stream today isn't gonna be all that long. Probably for another, like, 3 hours.
What have we? Stop!
The goblin.
What do you want?
The mark glows, but you feel
Well,
the goblins slink backwards, afraid.
I mean, yeah. Moon Druid is truly, in my opinion, the easiest class to play. Because like I said, you have this insanely easy to use damage. You just have your, whatever you're using. Use the owlbear form, or earlier the spider form, and you just press button, deal damage, while also being tanky enough to make mistakes. And you also have that insane variety, right? So for most builds, take for example the archers, right? You have your Titan string bow, and then you have some encounters that just hard counter your archer build. And if you don't know what you're doing and just go off some tutorial, you might just die in those encounters. But Moon Druid has so much leeway for you to make mistakes that it's super easy to play. Unless you're going for like some hyper meta setup where you just kill everything before it can touch you. But in my opinion, that's not even playing the game anymore. Hello, Barkus.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could also check in on the ogres. See if I can get them on my side.
Tastes like chicken and stranger.
Well, that's a decent point, yeah. And fighter is quite versatile because it can also use a bow and just be much safer.
Friend,
But
no.
in my opinion, if you're actually attempting solo honor mode, you should know about elixirs and how you use spike growth. Like, you're not gonna play your first playthrough of this entire game on solo honor mode.
Be an offer. Tempt me.
So I think it's still valid to just say that Moon Druid is easier to play. Because obviously fighter is much easier to understand, but if you can't understand Moon Druid, you shouldn't be attempting solo honor mode in the first place. Because it's really not that hard to get. No, I don't have a favorite build.
Beast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the you note thanks to your
Okay, but at least from what it's looking like to me on my little phone screen right here, the stream quality has improved, which is nice. So we're making progress. I'm doing great. How about you? Yeah, I for sure prefer Druid over Fighter. Though, in my opinion, like, one of my first builds in the game ever was a Battle Master Fighter. And I think Battle Master specifically is a really fun class. Oh. Right, I remember. Walking's Rest isn't all that easy. Yikes. I guess we're fighting now. I guess I have these as my allies. But if I remember correctly, these Drow are actually kinda strong. Yeah, they have 50 HP each. That's not nothing. But let's focus on this guy first. This is what looks like a Booyark, so she for sure has Poison Ray, which can one-shot me right now. So we should be careful here. This looks like... yeah, this should deal quite a bit of damage to her here. Oh, look at that, yeah, that's nice. And we are also playing it safe here and just healing up. Making sure we're full HP. I think Sorcerer... okay, here's my opinion on this entire thing. Sorcerer, or most caster classes in general, are like your go-to TikTok / short form content class where you can show off flashy spells and then make them deal a lot of damage and be done with it. Which is for sure a way to like showcase a strong build. I'm not saying it's weak. But the actual strong builds in this game aren't casters most of the time. Simply because casters' damage is extremely hard locked into upcasting and the damage it does. So most caster builds seem good at first, but oftentimes are not that easy to play in my opinion, and just... I'm not even sure what kind of point I want to make here, but it's mostly just that I don't like how casters are completely locked into their spell slots, and especially if you don't know what you're doing, this can easily lead to you just dying because you don't know how to manage your resources. So even though casters are for sure a strong option, in my opinion they're the hardest thing to play in the entire game. If we're talking solo. Yeah, the druid, the star druid. I mean, it's a class in the game, and any class in the game can solo the game. But I don't think it's like particularly great at soloing the game. It is nice for resources though. I think if you want to reply on YouTube, you just have to add the person. Just add and then whatever username the person has. It is way easier on Twitch, I think, but YouTube is a bit behind on that front. Okay, we finally get a turn. At least we have the hill giant still active, so we get some better damage on our melee attacks. We should be careful though, because these guys have extra attack, right? So they can one-turn us easily. And there are plenty of them. So we have to be really careful how we play this. Can we like... actually, no, we are a ranged character, we shouldn't go close. Let's just jump over here and then take the opportunity when we have it. But honestly, one of my favorite parts in my latest video was the kill on these guys. The Hunger of Hadar was so satisfying. The way they all like popped and dish dish dish. That was perfect. Being a druid is always kinda strong. Also, this lady just cleans this place up. But this guy has how much HP? 160! Yeah, sure buddy. Clearly Act 1 enemy right here. Okay, nice. Nice, okay. Where is he going? Oh. Interesting priority. Also extra attack on the ogre, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get a cloud of daggers going right here. And can we jump somewhere safer? Yeah, look at this dude. Prime sorcery spot right here. Nice and safe. I think if this fight was in the actual game and you somehow missed it, that would be kinda crazy. It's a mod I'm using that adds more fights to the game to make it more exciting for me, having played the game for so many hours. I have this mod and then another mod that also adds more enemies to already existing fights. So it's more enemies regardless of what I'm doing. Also, why did this guy take... he went through the thing twice. No! Okay. At least she's smart enough to not go in there. Yeah, it's like I've arrived at the thing you only learn about later. Okay, nice, the ogre is baned. But she's right next to him, so she'd likely get concentration broken. Man, it is kinda annoying though that I don't get the XP for these guys. I would like that, but I guess you can't have everything. Oh yeah, this guy is in prime position right here. Boom. Yeah, no, it's never here. It would be kind of cool though if it was like a timed fight, but you only get if you get here very early. Yeah. No, Floric isn't actually burning. She's just sitting somewhere with popcorn and just watching the entire thing. Just enjoying the show. Together with the other guy that's burning in the house. Please don't walk through the cloud. Okay, nice. But the way it's looking, I feel like I'm gonna be left with enemies only. Because these flaming fists aren't gonna last very long. Which is not great. Just... Though apparently this guy is still entangled, which is nice, very nice. Alright, let's make sure we at least have less enemies to worry about. Can we do this without taking 4 damage? Yes, we can. Okay, nice. Okay, this guy is very low, right? Yeah. So let's make sure this guy is dead. But since our goal is to get to level... what is it? Level 20? Yeah. It is... oh, damn! Nice! That's nice damage. We do need extra XP from any source we can get, that's why it's nice to have these extra fights. Since we do have a very high level goal. Because what I read on the Nexus page, this mod gets a bunch of crazy spells on the higher levels that go above 12. So I do want to see what that is. Okay, I am 90% sure that goes through the Cloud of Daggers, so let's not go do that. Let's go here. Not enough movement. Yeah, sure, buddy. Oh! Somehow the crit did way too little damage for being a crit, but I'll take it. Let's just hope the ogre doesn't throw stuff at us. Anything else should be very tankable. Also, this guy's the MVP of the fight. He did so much damage for just having one attack per turn. Don't push me. Nice damage. Yeah, this ogre is for sure an issue. Though honestly, the flaming fist up on the roof right there does seem to have him under control. Let's just hit this guy. Do they drop anything useful? Oh yeah, look at that. Yikes. Not a great turn. Yeah, that's why I'm scared of the ogre. Because he can do that twice, I think. Yup, that's scary. He is about one turn away from killing me. So let's make sure to do some damage here. And hide over here. Be right back. Give me a second. Alright. We are still alive, it seems. Where's the ogre? Okay, he actually made it quite a bit. I'm wondering if he can open those doors. If he can, I'm kinda fucked. Do we have any special tools at our disposal? I guess we do have one arrow of fire, but we don't have a bow, so not all that useful. And we do still have one turn of jumping left, so let's use that properly. To get up here. And honestly, from up here we can just throw stuff. It has to be heavy enough to deal crushing damage, but this longsword should do the trick. And let's aim as high as we can, so the crushing damage will be applied.
Step is the hardest.
Ah, look at that. And now we just hopefully get out of line of sight from this guy. Okay, this guy seems to have some path to us, which is not great. Yikes. He does have low ground and we have decently high AC, so that's... Yeah, but counterspell is only dangerous if you don't know which enemies have counterspell. Alright. Let's go over here, so maybe we can stop being in line of sight of this guy. Nice. What's the book in my inventory? You mean this? That's just normal, that's vanilla stuff. It's just a container you can find in the game. Okay, now it's actually kinda annoying because I can't reach the guy. Actually no, maybe I can. Do I have line of... yeah, I do, okay. Let's make sure we kill him with... oh wow, a crit and I still died. Kinda low damage. We want to make sure to kill him with an actual action, because if someone dies from getting crushed by an object, you don't get XP. So let's make sure we do get this. Nice. And just one more should do the trick. Ah. Of course we miss. Also, this guy doesn't even attempt to go to us. I guess because he's counting on the ogre to kill us, but not like the ogre is doing any better. Can you please hit the big fucking ogre? It's not that hard. I never understood why creature size doesn't reduce AC. There should be some correlation at least. Also, insane how this ogre, with double the HP pool and double the attacks of any other ogre in Act 1, gives half the XP of any other ogre in Act 1. That's crazy. Now the big question, can we reach the guy without making an insane journey? Probably not, I'd say. Yeah, no. Okay, so the plan is to just walk around the rooftops here. Because going over the ground is probably not the best idea. Alright, let's jump up here. Okay, this guy is being kind of annoying. Can we hit him if we go like right here? Probably not. Yeah, no. Okay, maybe we can bait him by going further this way. Honestly, since I have Hill Giant, I might as well just melee the guy. Yeah, Moondrow just becomes stronger through Tavern Brawler. That's pretty much it. Come on. Can he push me? Probably not. Dude, if he has... Please don't have an arrow of Roaring Thunder. Thank you. That'd be very devastating. However, can we push him? Probably. That should do some damage. Yup, nice. Alright, nice new fight. Let's see what kind of loot we get. Nice, some gold. Oh nice, potions. Also a cooler shield. I'll take that. Okay. This one. This one drops a very OP sword for the early game. This, if you actually want a good weapon for the early game, just use command drop on this lady and get this sword. I think like the classic overpowered early game weapon is Zyke's sword, right? From the guy from the Nautiloid. But honestly, every time I hear anyone say that weapon is OP, I'm dying inside. Because that tells me that person has no idea how this game actually works. Because the reason why Zyke's sword is so incredibly bad is, for one, it's just a great sword that is constantly dipped in fire. There's nothing else special about it. But then you also have the issue that the entire thing doesn't allow you to apply any other coating. And yeah, there are some fights where you just want the extra 1d4 fire damage, but having no access to poisons or any kind of weapon coating whatsoever is most of the time an insane nerf. And also, the thing doesn't have any weapon enchantment, unlike just a +1 greatsword. So if you really want a good weapon, go to Damon in the Druid Grove, buy the +1 greatsword and dip it in fire. It's the same thing but better. And it really bothers me that some people don't get that. But I have a big problem with Baldur's Gate short form content and guides as well. Yeah, that is true. It looks quite cool just having a flaming sword all the time. But it's really not that useful.
I must and you. May I trust you'll see it through?
Yes,
Thank
of course.
I will.
I haven't rescued Ravenguard in over a year, I think. The Iron Throne is something I haven't done ever, really. Well, obviously I have done it sometimes, but usually I don't do it on my runs. No, it's not even min-maxing. Like, if you just get the Greatsword +1 from Daman in the Druid Grove, that's a better weapon than the Flaming Sword. You don't even have to dip it in anything, it's already better by just having +1 weapon enchantment. But obviously you can use poisons on it and stuff.
Feel that one later.
Free inspiration. Nice, some more gold and potions as well. I would take that. Yeah, you can just carry a candle around and dip the greatsword at any time.
Someone's moving around in there.
It's not even that I'm saying don't use Zyke's greatsword. At the end of the day, I don't really care. It's just that I'm annoyed by those, I don't know, like clickbait-ish content creators just making videos about it, trying to sell you on the idea that it's the best sword ever. That's the only reason why I'm even so passionate about it, I guess.
Vandals been damaging property around here. Your confession.
I confess, it was me.
Deadlier than
I can just dip in the guy. Also, if you have Karlach in your party, you can also dip into Karlach, which is sounds much more sexual than I want it to be, but you can actually do that. If she's burning. Please don't thunderwave me. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, color spray is essentially just blinding your enemy for one turn. It's pretty much useless. There are so many better ways to blind enemies. Let's get some camp supplies here. This place is always great. And honestly, this place single-handedly carried my Dark Urge run, since obviously without traders it's sometimes hard to get camp supplies. And on a Warlock you have to rest quite a few times. Alright, let's hope we get the checks right here for the XP. Yeah, the resources on the run were an issue initially, but
maybe we'll kill you clean.
once I had access to, for example, the loot from the nodes or the mushroom village, I had so many chemical ingredients that potions were never really an issue after that. Especially since Withers was alive, I could just respec into a transmutation wizard to get more potions. Also, I didn't get the chest yet.
Smoke. Something's burning.
Yeah, I was thinking about making a whole segment out of the resource bit, but that wouldn't have been all too interesting, I think. That's why I didn't put anything about that in. Why am I lagging again? Okay, is stream lagging again as well? Oh, please don't. Oh boy. Please don't be lagging again. I guess my game is also lagging right now, but stream is kind of lagging a bit more. Maybe stream is just lagging because my game is lagging and then it amplifies each other. I hope that's the case at least. Yeah, right now it's not even my internet, I think it's just my game lagging for some reason. Yeah, it might have just been all the nodes loading in. My PC just isn't the greatest, sadly. Yeah, it seems to have calmed down. We should be good.
Might be useful.
Like, even though slightly delayed, I do have some overview over the stream through my phone to just check on things. So we should be fine now. Alright, let's check in on the paladins. The thing below top is just a mod I have that allows me to clean my character. Because with most cosmetic mods, the blood tends to just accumulate on your character, and just your entire character turns red at some point, since the textures are so different. So I just use a mod to make that easier, I guess.
Stench. But he must have been here a good while.
You can also just find a spawn tray in the game itself, but that's not guaranteed.
That's curious. There's a pressure plate in the chair. I'm missing something.
Also, talking about the greatsword again, you can also just use this great axe right here, the +1. That sponge isn't guaranteed though. It can be in there, but it's not always, sadly. That's why I use a mod. If I had minor illusion, I'd probably cheese these paladins, but I don't. Also, there's apparently a 4th paladin in here. Oh, Sorceress outside. I can just launch her then. Really? No! How dare you go inside? Ah, whatever, we can just come back later when we're actually prepared for these guys. Don't have to cheese them right now. Yeah, if you have minor illusion, you can just line them all up right there and just throw them off. They don't care, even if you fail. I guess if we're level 4 we get another cantrip on Sorceress, so we should be able to just select that. Yeah, I can... right now obviously I don't have the time for that, but I can, for the next stream I can just edit the description to just include the mod list. I can do that, yeah. Most of the mods are just cosmetic. There are just a few that actually impact my gameplay. Let's go yoink the chest. Do I have any bow? Yeah, I do, okay. buff with enhanced sleep. Jump across.
This calls for careful footwork.
Dash.
Chests like that don't hold trinkets. There must be something valuable inside.
And collect all of these and just leave.
Watching me.
I'm also working on a route to level 6 from 0,
With haste.
but obviously that isn't combat free entirely. The only reason I'm doing that is because I've seen so many routes going to Act 2 very early on that claim to be an easy route to level 6, which I don't like. So I'm gonna try to make one that's easier to do, that doesn't ruin your XP throughout your playthrough. And at some point I'm also gonna release the tips for honor mode guide thingy.
No, I could use someone with your skills. Find them. God damn it! Our trader can show you.
Thank you. Also, how far are we off level? Okay, not even far. Yeah, it's not even that they just miss certain stuff. It's more that they go from big XP grab to big XP grab, right? But most of those are way more efficient if you get them on a higher level.
My pet, of course.
So of course you get to level 6, but you kinda just ruin your entire run afterwards. Because you can't get XP anymore. You already took all this. Because whenever you get XP, for example, let's say... Now these are fictional numbers because I don't have the actual numbers in my head right now. But they are very close to the actual numbers. Let's say you're talking to Zerel in Moonrise, okay? And you're level 5 at that point. You're gonna get maybe 300 XP. But if you're doing it at level 6, you're getting like 700 XP. It's that big of a difference. And that's why I really despise those guides that show you an easy route to level, whatever level, but they just ruin your entire XP game playthrough. Because afterwards, you're not gonna get to level 10 at Merkul. Not a chance. So that's why I'm thinking of making an actual guide that doesn't ruin your playthrough in that way. Let's get these for sure. We're gonna need them. And the rest, I don't really care about.
Pleasure.
I should also get the haste helm equipped, just in case we run into a combat again randomly. Space Sparkler. I guess I don't want to use this one too much, just because lightning damage doesn't really fit our class. Yeah, I saw that video. Like, if you're talking about the one where he got to level 11 before Merkul, that's a nice video to watch. Also helps you understand how the XP in this game works. But I'm just talking about the base early game setup, and most guides that do that just mess up your entire thing. That's what I'm talking about. You can ask any question, I don't care.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
I'm not exclusively talking about this class I barely know anything about. Alright, let's... yeah. I mean, we don't have Minor Illusion. If we had, I would also go push Sorceress down here, but this is enough. Nice. Why did... what? I don't know why this keeps happening. This, in particular, this place right here, sometimes doesn't connect properly. It's so weird. Ah, whatever. We can kill those later.
Still alive. So that's progress.
would say it's a decent idea going 9 druid, 3 rogue, but for 2 reasons it's very harmful, or at least it could be very harmful. For one, you obviously don't get the Myrmidons, which are the highest damaging wild shapes. So going only level 9 in druid isn't all that great. But most importantly, the assassin is kinda nice for the guaranteed crits, but you already have hold person and hold monster. So you don't need that really. And instead, you could have action surge, which would give you way more attacks. So I don't think that's a great idea. Unless you want to go for like a themed run where you only use like the panther for like a certain wide shape assassin kind of playstyle, then it makes a lot more sense. But just by itself, if you compare the 2 builds, I wouldn't go for it. For sure not what I would go for. Also, let's see some other spells here. These all seem so interesting. Oh, wow! That seems pretty strong. I wonder how big that cone is. But 2d10 force damage on an AoE? On a level 2 spell? That isn't fucking shatter? Plus blind... honestly? Not bad. What's this? Dragon's Breath. Interesting. Isn't this just the Dragonborn cantrip? They get once per short rest. Oh, what's this? Mark another creature for teleportation. Okay, this is just Dimension Door, but better, apparently. Yeah. But none of these are really cosmic themed. Do we get anything from our... Oh, what's this? What? I just get Gaseous Form as a cantrip. I mean, this isn't really... It's nice, but it's not all that great, honestly. Because Gaseous Form still sucks, even if it's a cantrip. Though I guess it's nice if I'm like close to death or whatever. I'm just gonna get this one, this seems kinda nice. And our feet... Whoa, oh yeah, right, I also added new feats. Right. So... These are... I have no clue what these do. What? Okay, so I get one of these spells, and then in addition to that, +1... Damn, okay, interesting. So I could get command +1 charisma, that's crazy. I wonder if this... what this uses as my spellcasting ability. I hope it uses my actual one and not just some random one. But I'd assume it just changes to whatever I'm using. Honestly, this could also be just very nice. Having 2 extra sorcery points, even though I'm already a sorcerer. What's Shadow Touch? That sounds cool. Okay, this is just the same... Okay, these are kind of just the same things, just different, I guess. Slasher. Once per turn. What does this do? Oh wow, okay. That's nice. Telepathic. Oh wow, that's ass. What's this? Whoa, okay. Wait, do I just get telekinesis? What? Is this only when I have the mage hand active, or is it just any time? Because that's just telekinesis. I guess slightly worse, because telekinesis doesn't just move for 4 meters, but still. What? That's a level 5 spell on the feet. Also, what's chef? What's this? It's kind of cool. I wonder if this is +2 because my con modifier is +2. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm over-analyzing this. What do I even choose now? This is also interesting. I mean, I could just go boring ability improvement, but with these other options, kind of boring. Yeah, the Fey Touch seems pretty good, but I already have Misty Step, so it doesn't do much for me. But the +1 Charisma is for sure something I want from this feat, so I would choose either one of the ones that give me an extra point here. The question is, which ones do I want? Do I want Inflict Wounds? Or any of these? I guess just having Command would always be nice. Yeah, the Mage Hand... Oh, it also does give me +1 Charisma, right? So yeah, I can for sure use this one. I'm just gonna... I didn't realize it also gave me +1. Okay, so where do I have this action now? I want... Whoa, okay, yeah, it's just telekinesis for free. What? I guess it's slightly different, but I feel like that shouldn't be on a feat, without a cost whatsoever. Also, this is apparently just a cantrip now. I guess it does let me fly. Okay, we're a cloud now. Let's investigate this. Anything good that dropped here? Doesn't look like it.
Anything of use?
Yeah, for sure. This mod isn't really all that balanced. I do have to admit that. But it's not about that anyway. I just want to try out the cool modded class. That's pretty much it. Oh damn, our flight distance is kinda big. Though I guess we aren't really all that fit to fight these guys right now. However, I guess if we long rest, we probably could. Though before that, yeah, we should long rest before we do anything. Hello? Okay, apparently this is just not an action I can do. But this works. Alright, first of all, let's long rest. We do lose our elixir here, but doesn't matter too much. Also, did these get any updates? Oh yeah, can I didn't even use this. Okay, but it doesn't get upcasted, that's interesting, so... I guess the stun is pretty OP, so upcasting it would be kinda crazy. And this... Okay, that's about what I expected, because having it as a bigger cone would be kinda OP. Wait, does this not have a cooldown? Oh wow. Yikes. What? This feat is crazy. Okay, and since it's an ally, it has 100%. But enemies do have to succeed a strength save to withstand it. Yeah, it's just long rest.
The air is heavy. The world's
Can you, like,
your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust. Something the great warrior Lae'zel, a failure to her kind.
I will.
Yeah, it is kinda OP. But I wasn't expecting this mod to not be OP, I'm gonna be entirely honest. I mean, there's a reason why I added all those extra enemies.
You are transforming.
I was
Yes.
very aware this would happen.
And I'm here to save you again. And I'm here to save you.
Yes, I know, Emperor, leave me alone.
Don't worry. You
Dude,
will
the Emperor's
not become
crashing
a
my game
mind
again.
flayer.
Fuck you.
Not while I'm around. Stubborn. A useful quality. There is. I will keep it from consuming you. But for this, a fight for the fate of Faerun.
I hate this cutscene. I don't know why it's so laggy all the time.
Embrace your potential. I have to go. Wake now.
But it should just be the cutscene. I don't think it's actually the stream having problems again. Alright. Hello, Scratch. That's a good question. Yeah, it does have a timer. It's 10 turns. It's not like Arcane Trickster. Yeah, so what do we go for now? I kinda wanna do Underdark. Yeah, if it didn't have a timer, then Arcane Trickster would have absolutely nothing, so... We can't take that away from Arcane Trickster.
Huh? I don't want to know what that is.
Don't waste a step.
Alright, let's buff ourselves with mage armor first.
Don't want to draw any attention.
Let's see. Okay, so this guy... Okay, can you leave me alone, mushroom? This guy is very strong. Yeah. So level 8 paladin, so he has some crazy smites as well. So how does one... Yeah, okay, he has pretty high strength as well. Yeah, he does. Though... Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so hear me out. We have this spell, right? This applies Mind Broken, which... Mind Broken is, at least how I perceive it, is a stun. And if you're stunned, you fail all strength saves. So this should just be guaranteed. So at that point I can just push him down there and he should die from 4 damage. At least that's my train of thought right now. I guess I also have this, but it is a, I guess it's more distance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to, actually what am I gonna try? Do I have any elixirs? It might help here. No, I don't. So, how far would I pull him? That far. Ooh, this is... How much initiative does he have? Minus 13, okay, that's already very nice. So if we just... okay. We should for sure buff ourselves with enhanced leap here. Just so we don't get... we have some way to escape here. Anything else we should get? Oh, Mage Hand maybe. Let's summon in a Mage Hand.
Waiting with bated breath.
Right, so he is stunned now for 1 turn. Honestly, maybe extended spell would have been smart to use here. But we should be able to pull it off anyway. Right, and now since he is stunned, he will fail the save guaranteed. That's why stunning him is so important. So we pull him over here, and now he's sitting in the Gojo pose. Nice. And then... boom. Hey, that was kinda high damage. And now he's down there, which is nice. But honestly, he took way less damage than I thought he would. Which isn't all that great for me.
Strike you down.
Nice. And... I don't know, if he's a paladin, he probably has Lay on Hands, right? So, if he gets a turn, he'd likely heal himself, which obviously is not what we want. So how do we prevent that? You know what, I could go for another stun. Imagine this, we just go for this. But he's saved, that's not great. I mean, okay. He could have access to Misty Step. That is a very scary thought. Because some paladins do get Misty Step, which, if he would have it, I'd be kind of fucked. So, do we haste this? Whoa. Oh, I guess the Mage Hand went off turn. Does this... too low. Interesting. I mean... what's the worst that could happen by just going over here and chilling? Okay, he just dashes. That is great. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. He is a mobile boy. But he's now stunned. And for 2 turns, because we applied the thingy. So, now... honestly, he has 15 HP. We can either try to push him off somewhere again, or just outright kill him, probably. But might as well start on this. And... no, let's actually start damaging him. You know, this should deal quite a... yeah, this is crazy damage. And we get advantage on this because he's stunned. Oh, sick finisher. Okay, what does he give us? Ooh! Oh! Yeah, I remember this. That's helpful. Very helpful. +3 armor class, we'll take that. Also the cloak, which is nice. I guess the longsword isn't all that useful. Okay, let's send this to camp. This is encumbering us.
Here goes nothing.
Do we also get Fala Aloof here?
Slender drow blade impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil.
Doesn't look like it.
You can't recall anything this esoteric. There are too many rituals about swords
we
to
do.
count. It feels like...
Nice. Let's jump down here.
Careful. Even the mushrooms down here can't be trusted.
Alright, so our goal right now is to just go to this place, get some XP here, and then just in general
You are swallowed. The
collect all the XP we can get in the Underdark for free.
Then,
Just do
the
this.
persist.
Do we have any antidotes? Doesn't look like it. We're not gonna use magic missile probably, so this guy.
Ah,
This
I do enjoy a good bargain.
But we do
If anything in
probably
my
want this
collection
staff,
is
since I don't want to
to
use
your
lightning
liking.
charges anyway, so might as well swap it out. Let's get this. Yeah, I could check my alchemy, but I don't think we picked up the stuff we need. Now we can just come back later for the guy. Or the guy, I mean. Anything else this guy has that we kinda need? I guess this is nice, especially because we don't have an alternative right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's also equip the staff, so we get higher spell safety C. And also let's clean ourselves. Oh, maybe we should talk to the guy just for XP. Oh, we don't have strength anymore.
What is the creature doing to those corpses?
the sovereign, her violent. The sovereign. The sovereign.
I sense your resolve. You
The sovereign.
you do the circle as
Alright, let's check my alchemy. Nope. No antidotes here. But that's fine, we can just get some later.
Leland, where are you?
Hello, Dareth.
You see a fella on his own on your way in. Dwarf.
Honestly,
his name.
oh nice. We could just get this. Out of all the people I had to kill, this woman was the worst one to kill, because she's the only one I actually care about. Not because I like her, just because I need the potions from her every time. Quite the big loss. All the other ones I don't really care about killing on that playthrough. You know, some bombs would probably be very helpful in case I get some really tough enemies again. I will get the boots of speed, I just bought the antidote. That's why I bought it. Also, this is also nice.
What's up for discussion?
Don't.
Wiggle.
Why are you helping me? But I found Cole's garters. Oh, I don't know. Not I got away, but not the others.
Alright, let's get the boots right here. So if I remember correctly, there was like a massive fight right here with some absolutists. So before we do that fight, I'd like to long rest. Also, I guess if we are long resting, I might as well just do some cheeky... Oh, I'm standing in the wrong spot. Misty stepping here.
Flump mating rituals.
For the invis head as well.
Drow to carry.
Never wanted the easy path.
Yeah, and this. Let's go to camp, rest, and then do that fight.
Never wanted the easy path.
Also, it kind of bothers me that these spells aren't properly aligned. There you go. Let's get our spell slots back, and then we can do that fight over there. Not the Emperor again. Leave me alone.
You haven't
You
tried
fuck.
to have it removed. The parasites are merely a were it not for my protection, we are just help you.
All right.
Hells. Seems that book on flumps was not what it appeared to be.
It kind of confuses me that these are not properly highlighted. It always looks like I can't cast them, like I'm out of spell slot. Hello, Ido Rubino. How are you? Yeah, let's buff ourselves with mage armor. And let's just see what that fight is about. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's quite a tough fight, so we'll see how that goes. Also, something I don't know, I think I can talk about this if I read the YouTube contract correctly. But ever since I monetized my channel, I obviously put ads in my videos, right? And it is insane the amount of ads YouTube puts in your videos if you don't do anything about it. So the way it works is I create the video and I send it to them, and they verify it for everything and all that. And if I then don't do anything, essentially what they do is they put an ad every like 2 minutes. So I have to go through the entire video and remove like 90% of the ad slots Because it's insane, the amount of ads they put in there without my permission. And one time I forgot that, and I think for one night the video was like infested with ads. Yeah, these are the enemies. It's one paladin, I think, and then the rest is just Duergar. But YouTube just ruins your entire video with ads if you're not careful.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Oh yeah, maybe I should buff with False Life beforehand. That'd probably be helpful. Because this fight is quite dangerous. Yeah. I wonder if I can surprise them somehow to get some free damage in. Especially because these guys are obviously gonna join in, so getting the surprise round is even more worth it. Let's see. I wonder if just hitting this guy like this will surprise them. Not if I succeed the stealth, it won't. No. Actually, now they're crowded. I can sneak in. Dude, how are they not surprised? Really? Okay, I am going to take a step back here, that's not...
Can't slow down.
And I'm also going to heal to remove the burn. Can't afford to roll more concentration. Yeah, the ad situation is really annoying. Like, obviously, okay, one thing I actually I'm not allowed to talk about ad blockers at all, or how I think about them. But I think you can imagine how I stand about ad blockers, really. I have a very strong opinion whether you should have an ad blocker or not. But I'm actually not allowed to tell you what my opinion is by YouTube guidelines. But yeah. The ads on YouTube are just way too many at this point. Yeah, the hook horror might do a lot of work here, hopefully at least. Dareth just goes invisible. She might actually have quite a few nice items to throw against these guys. Hopefully she uses them. Oh wow, that's a bomb. You know, should probably use my bomb as well. Oh dude, why would you do that? You idiot. Don't go my Cloud of Daggers. Yeah, I'm gonna use a bomb here. That looks like a tasty bomb right there here. Nice. Oh yeah, that's a big bomb right there. Dude. Do I have the oh, and haste balls right here as well. Nice, look at this. Give me that. And I have 2 bombs, right? So look at oh, dude. What a turn. Can I get I probably can't get all of them, but oh, I can. Nice. Oh, I should be careful with the hook horror though. If I do aggro these guys, that would be... Yeah, I can also void bulb them, but that would also void bulb the hook horror in there, and I don't know if that is within his tolerance. I'm just gonna try. Oh. Worth it. See ya. Oh yeah, I did some damage there. Nice. Having two Mind Masters in this fight is kind of scary. Also, I hope Dareth throws a bomb. Because she definitely has new ones after the long rest. I just hope she doesn't take ages for a turn every time. Average invisible enemy. Thank you. Yeah, this guy is still pretty scary. Yeah. That's twice my HP pool. Nice. Alright, Hokora, show me what you got. We don't have all that many allies left, I'm gonna be honest. Where did all of them go? What? Damn. We lost our allies. Actually, it's fine though, we still have another bomb. We can just chuck that in here. Okay, but how do we make it so we hit... I'd like to hit all 4 of these. I guess this is good enough. Nice. Dude, why do bombs deal like 8 billion damage? I swear, after patch 8, they just deal however much damage they like to. Look at this. Look at the amount of force damage that did. I don't know what it is, but for some reason they just deal damage 8 different times. Look at this. That's why enemies with bombs are so scary now. This one did damage 3 times. What? What kind of bomb is this? It's the same for enemies throwing bombs. They deal like twice or 3 times as much damage now after patch 8. I don't know why. It's so OP. And it's clearly not intended. At least I would hope it's not. So what's the issue here? I don't get it. Let's make sure we lost this guy. Oh wow, yeah, this is kinda range limited though. It's not all that great. This dwarf dude. Also, Dareth hasn't done anything. Okay, is that a bomb? No, it's a alchemist fire. Oh. Yeah, the bombs are clearly bugged. Like, there's no way that's intended whatsoever. And if it is, I don't like Larian anymore. Because that's just diabolical. I guess it's nice if you're yourself using bombs, but aside from maybe 1 or 2 in the entire playthrough, who does it?
That won't work.
Shut the fuck up, Emperor. I do what I want to do here. The Emperor has to be the most annoying NPC in the game. Alright, let's kill... Actually, I don't want to aggro Dareth. I mean, I do like that this gets more blast though. This does abysmal damage. Wait, Aaron? The trader from Druid Grove? What? Why do you hate him? Is there anything he has done to you? I mean, he isn't like likable or anything, but I don't hate him. Oh, nice parasite.
This one, you can absorb its potential.
Yes,
You're good.
we are going to be tadpoled. Actually, yeah, let's get the crit first. Are there any other ones? The main reason why I want Illithid powers is because of Black Hole in Act 3. Because that's so fitting for us. Let's start working towards Kai the Weak. That's a nice power to have. Yeah, but please, you're not the only one I need. No, but please remember, you're not the only one I need. Even though I quite literally am the only one I need. The other ones can't buy stuff from him. So he's just lying. You seem to have some real deep hatred towards him for some reason. it's so random. Yeah, I can barely tell. You seem so calm and collected about him.
Scroll. Tank.
Yeah, Kai the Weak ruins a lot of on-kill effects. And basically any effect from anything in the entire game that has something to do with on-kill effect doesn't work with Kai the Weak. Yeah, he does. Also, something I found out while testing in the Druid Grove, you know, he actually goes a step further than just joining the slaughter. You know what he does? When you attack Roland and his group, right, and they attack you back, which doesn't happen all the time, sometimes they just try to leave immediately. But if they do fight back, he actually joins your side, so he starts fighting them immediately. Even though the actual, like, event where all the druids turn on them hasn't even started. He just does it for the sake of it. Which is so mean. Good luck, Balin. I mean, I do also always kill him when the tieflings leave, because it's just free XP. And free loot. Also, how did he not survive that? That's just a skill issue. Look at this guy.
What's in here?
Thanks for the invis scroll, idiot. Nope. Triple dashing is a thing. You get triple the movement speed. And okay, I'm just gonna show you. So if I enter turn base right now, I have 11 meters movement speed, right? Pretty basic since I don't have long strider. And then if I actually triple dash and enter turn base again, 42. So it's insane for extra movement. And then another thing, look at this. If you have the boots of speed and then you triple dash and then click heals, check this out. 84. And this is without long strider or any other effects that increase your movement speed. So this can really get insane. However, you can't triple dash and then triple click heals. You can only click heal once. But it's still enough for anything you need. I guess we aren't the same, that's true. If anything, your reason is more respectable though. Because you do it with passion. I just do it for the sake of it. Yeah, you like with haste and Terrazor you can go even further, yeah. It is quite nice. Yeah, let's okay. So the plan is we're gonna go sacrifice Lae'zel. And then we just go Grimforge probably. Because in Grimforge there's also the thing. What's it called? Protect the Sparks wall. That also gives us +1 to spell save DC, which is nice. I want that. And then we just we either do Grimforge immediately or maybe do Goblins first. I don't know yet. Actually no, we're probably gonna choose Grim first. Just for the shield. Oh yeah, actually we don't need the shield, because we have this one. We'll see. We'll see what we do. First let's go sacrifice Lae'zel. Ooh, I guess Arcane Tower is also nice for loot. Let's do that afterwards, though. We don't need to do it right now.
Tunnels everywhere. Who would dig these?
And yeah. Man, this fight for some reason on my Dark Urge run, on like 2 Dark Urge run, I wanted to include this fight as well, but the reason I didn't do it is because when I went in here, for some reason the dialogue never triggered. So I didn't even get to like call him out for being a fake god of murder. So the entire like gist of even going here was kinda ruined by just not having the cutscene. So I didn't include it. But it would have made for quite a funny bit as well. I did kill these guys obviously, but just wasn't as funny as I thought it would be. No, the triple dash isn't a bug. It's intended. At least to my knowledge, it is. Because it's been in the game since launch, and nobody like it's been used quite a bit, and nobody really cared from Larian dev team. So I'm just gonna assume it's intended. Let's go get our companions and sacrifice Lae'zel. Yeah, if you do this, make sure you don't have Shadow Heart if you are going solo. Because if you do have Shadow Heart,
It is done.
she will get an inspiration from this.
Something's on my mind.
A vampire? So...
Playing with fire, Chucky. The butcher calls.
Yeah, that's good enough.
A wave. These beings are cool.
You! Our Lord of Murder!
Well placed. Oh, what you got for
You wouldn't.
it's simple.
Fool. Again.
Oh, of course. Now she's gonna heal as well. Let's keep this solo. Wow, the full heal is crazy. Alright, there's a...
Made you. I go, but
Mad gi-
Thank you. Honestly, I don't know. It might give you a game over. I am not quite sure.
Well, no tent... Oh, darling. Well...
Don't be annoying, Astarion. Yeah, this was a nice XP boost. So now just going to Grimforge should solve all of our problems. Oh yeah, I guess we can also collect the gold over here if we need it.
What's inside?
I didn't find any of the special sorcerer items yet, but I guess I just didn't look hard enough, really. It's not like I went to a bunch of places yet. Yeah, let's just go to the beach, talk to Cole,
Living waters this dark.
and just head to Grimforge. It's free XP.
Something good here, I hope.
Too loud noise.
His fist grips an axe.
I am branded.
No, but spoil my hunt. I killed a slave. I'll...
Here we go.
Man, this fight was so hilarious on my True Dark Urge run.
The lake's murky waters.
Probably one of my favorite bits in the entire thing. Who is that? Do you see that red cap on the dog? What? Who's that? What? Probably some additional enemy. Why is there just a red cap randomly? Also, best shot in the game, right here. Always have your screenshot button ready right here. Because this is the best angle you're gonna get on your character. I guess if not,
You!
not if you
What
have
are you doing
a,
on
a hood like that,
Dexraft?
but still. Look at his stance, dude. He's ready.
Where's Gek? Who are you?
But I do want the stuff he says. So I'm not gonna fight these guys.
Well, I'll be. You got? What about Gek? Where's he?
Stayed behind.
Come on, the rest.
You continue forward.
Yeah, the red cap just want to make sure we get a good journey.
Well, I'll be ploughed sideways. We've got a welcoming party.
You shithead! Time you show.
Spit it out!
Drug note. The twat.
You're shitting me.
Who's the hoon, Greyman? Another slave for the.
I'm a true soul.
You feel
Your twat soul chump owes us a load of coin. You then I'm warning you. That twat.
Alright. Let's go check the trader here. First this one and then the other one. Because I do want to find some of the sorcerer items that are supposedly somewhere in the world. But I haven't found them yet.
I should speak up.
A sun dweller in these parts. Look here, my topside friend.
So,
I need fresh
okay, you
eyes.
don't say anything new.
I doubt I'll find fresher.
Do you say anything useful though? Nah. Don't give me trauma, dude. Grim with a grappling hook would be nightmare fuel. It's already bad enough that Mother's Storm has one, but Grim? Nah. Okay, rocket boots would be kinda funny. I have to admit. But still, I'd rather him not have that. He's fine the way he is. Perfectly cheesable and friendly. Oh, I guess doing the mimics right here isn't a bad idea. We'll have to come back to those for the gloves. Also, I saw a comment from someone telling me they couldn't get this guy thrown off right here. But it's really not that difficult, you just have to find the right spot.
Scrying eye.
Didn't you hear? Do I need to rip the extra flesh off your ear?
Wee. God damn it. How dare you? Get down there. Wee. Alright, let's see if this guy says anything different. I hope he does. Because I do want to find some of these new gear pieces before I end stream today. Just to see the mod is actually working. But it should be. I have it enabled.
Friends in a What you want, anyway? Here to yap or looking to buy?
Okay, this guy also
Right
doesn't
now,
have any
fresh
new
stuff.
stuff. What? Where is that gear? I might have to look it
Come
up.
back anytime.
Just so I'm prepared for the next stream. But we'll see. Yeah. Let's go. Right here. Now, in terms of actual adamantine pieces, I don't think we need anything. Except for a non-lagging game, please. Thank you. Yeah, loading in the Ancient Forge will lag my game quite a bit, so it's not on the stream again, it's actually on me this time, on the game. Oh boy. Okay, we're good. got kinda scary there with the lag, but now it's good, I think. Oh wait, my phone view is delayed by 20 seconds. Can I change that? Okay, now it's back. Oh, I forgot to go to the Arcane Tower. I should do that probably before I do anything here. Beach. Also, be right back. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Actually, I wanna what was the... What is... It's gone now. It also doesn't... Wait, no, okay. It's clearly here. Okay, so there is a red cup here, it's just invisible. Why is it... What? Does it just join when Gek joins? Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's get all the stuff from the Arcane Tower. Most importantly, the staff that gives us the Arcane Bless. Oh. Let's pop that first. Actually, maybe I'm misremembering this, but I think there's a new encounter here that I might want to avoid for now. Because if I remember correctly, there's like a fire myrmidon right here with a bunch of Azers around him, which obviously isn't great. Let's see. First of all, can we just... Yeah, you see that? That's not just one Azer, that's a whole group of elementals right here. And those guys are way too strong for me right now, that's for sure.
Corpses. Build my castle with bones.
That is for sure. Not a fight I can take. Yeah, let's exit turn-based, get Featherfall. Go down there. And also, if I remember correctly, there is a Mushroom Sovereign down here. Who, if possible, yeah, there is. Now the thing is, I don't think I can kill these. Or rather, they will kill me before I kill them. So, what we are going to do is just sneak around. Just classic ignore and proceed strat. Now I wonder, with enhanced sleep, can I jump? Ah, I can't probably. Because I do need that Scissor Flower, I think. Okay, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. Let's go here. We're gonna get the Scissor Flower from the other part.
Don't waste a step.
send it to camp, and then we can access it when we need it. And if we're already doing that, we might as well just go to Ancient Forge first. Alright, first of all, let's pop this. So we can collect that flower. Now the second flower might be a bit more difficult, because the Hokor fight also has more enemies, so depending on where they're placed, they might make it more difficult to get the second flower. But we will see about that. Okay, I have one mod installed that does just that. It adds more enemies to already existing fights. So that's one part, but the other part is just these completely new encounters. Also, why are the fumes still here?
Chill runs.
Yes, I know. Send this to camp. And now we just cast this. Sneak right here and... Okay, so there is another one, but it should be fine. As long as we just stay in turn-based, they shouldn't see us. So we just yoink this as well. And might as well take the bark.
I've never seen a tree like that.
And send this to camp as well. And go to camp. Alright, simple. Now we can just go to Ancient Forge and do the animated armors first. And yeah, that should be fine. I mean, yeah, go for it. Mods are insanely well done in this game for the most part. There's nothing stopping you. Let's get... this right here. Yeah, Saravok with more spirits would be devastating, for sure. But I don't think he gets more. I could be wrong though. Alright, so let's check this out. Okay, oh wow, oh, okay. So these are clearly larger groups than usual. It's actually 2 more. So how do we do this with only 2 flowers? Okay, the thing is, usually you get a great angle on these guys by standing right here. But this guy now blocks that angle to even throw the stuff. So we have to be a bit more creative here. Let's hope that doesn't start combat right here. It doesn't. Great. Now what we want is we want to... See, this one is a melee fighter, so he can't do shit. Same with this one over here. So all we need to do is throw a flower in the middle of these two, since they are ranged units. And that way we block these two, and the melee fighters will just walk into the flower fields anyway. Boom. And yeah. This should solve all our problems. Hopefully. Okay, this one isn't in the field. That's not great. Not great, but solvable. So first of all, we heal up. So nothing stupid happens. This guy, hopefully we get him right here. Nice. Okay, so we have the option to now go to drop this. So now this guy is incapacitated, same with all of these. So now we should be good. Perfect. And now it's just a matter of yeeting all of them down in the lava. Yeah, the modding community for Baldur's Gate is very nice. Very high quality modding community. With some genuinely talented people in there. There are also, I think there are 2 big campaign mods on the way right now. Where they actually just revamped the entire campaign completely. So I'm really excited for those.
Use your illithid potential.
Why would I do that? This is way better. Let's pick this up.
Step forward.
I wonder if there are any additional enemies in the Grim fight, but I don't think there are. He's already tough enough if you actually fight him. Which we won't do, obviously. We would just take the XP and leave. This entire place is just so cheesable. Let's send this to camp. We'll need that for the Arcane Tower. And yeah, I think the Emperor is a bit jealous that we won without using a bit of illicit potential. Hello, can we please do this? Thank you. Alright, so what do we even craft with this? Like, there's genuinely nothing of any of these items that we need. So I'm just gonna make the medium armor for the very off chance that we somehow get access to medium armor. The methods. Do we have a fire as elixir? No, but the guy was selling some. I'm gonna fight those when I have that. For now, let's just do Grim. Yeah, let's do this. I mean, if they wanted us to fight Grim normally, they wouldn't make him so cheesable. That's my logic here. I don't think that they will ever come. I'm gonna be entirely honest. This phase is way too pretty to not use it again every time. No, how dare you? Yeah, he was way too close to that for some reason.
What now?
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a turn for him to come closer. Otherwise he would just go, have too much movement speed left. Yeah, go investigate, idiot.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Yeah, I do get that a lot, that I just use the same face again and again, but it's just, it always fits somehow. Because no matter what class you're playing, if you're playing it as a good-looking woman, it always just adds something, I guess. At least for me it does. So I don't feel bad using that face every time. Grim is really scary. If he wasn't so cheesable and like easily made fun of, he would for sure be the biggest roadblock on any run I do. Because look at this damage, dude. Look at my HP and look at this damage. And that's on the low end of his damage. He can deal so much fucking damage if he actually wants to. He's just insanely scary. Yeah, his damage I can just check. I don't actually know what the exact amount is. He did 48 bludgeoning plus 7 plus 2d8 bludgeoning. Interesting. Wait, where did... Oh, does he just deal extra damage on Tactician? I didn't even know that. Yeah, so it's base 48 plus 7. And then you have 2d8 extra.
One day I'll catch a break.
First of all, let's unhide. And let's just try to get him there. I don't think it will work. You're just trying to give me trauma, aren't you? Like, you're trying your best to make me as scared as possible of this fight. Honestly, if for some reason some previously invisible red cap would appear behind me and just push me down here, I wouldn't even be mad. That'd be funny as hell. Nice. Right, let's see what level 5 has for us. Wait. What? What does this mean? Does this mean I can't get knocked prone or something? Yeah, you get XP from the hammer, but you don't get XP from if you crush him using anything you throw. If you cheese him by throwing stuff, you won't get XP from that. If the crush damage kills him, but the hammer does give XP. Yeah, I think it's just you can't get moved for for some reason. Absorb. That's just Vampiric Touch, but worse. What? Why would I use this? I guess it's the healing is better, but it doesn't give you for 10 turns to action, so it's worse. Increased gravity. Oh, that's sick. What? Oh, that's real sick. Oh, damn. Dude, this spell is getting out of hand. Erupting Earth. Whoa, okay. This looks sick. What's this? Tidal wave. Okay, that's not really on theme. Okay, crazy that they put water walk in this. Because obviously water walk in D&D is very useful, but in this it's kinda ass. Unless you can actually walk across water, which would be kinda cool. But I doubt that's the case. Yeah, Fireball is kinda outdated right now. Yeah, 5d8 is crazy. I wonder how big the radius is. 9 meters? Wow, okay. Damn. Okay. I feel like that's kinda strong. So, this is essentially Fireball but better. I guess, the prone is nice, I would say it's better. We do have a Fear Scroll, so if we ever need it, I don't need to use a spell right now for it. However, nah, I'm gonna keep all of these. And anything else I missed? Nope. Alright. Whoa, okay, yeah, it's like a thunder wave, but even crazier. Increase gravity. Absorb. We.
More for me.
Right. Where does one go next? Honestly, it's probably about time we do the goblins. We've been kinda pushing those. I don't think... Okay, you do have to do a bunch of extra stuff if you want to get to level 20. But I don't think getting to level 20 is the point. It's just not having like a huge bulk of XP left over after getting to level 12 so early. So it's more like getting to level 17 at the end, but you at least get to continue to level up, if you know what I mean. It's not really about getting to level 20 as quick as possible. Okay, let's see. So we do have Cloud of Daggers, obviously, for this courtyard. Oh yeah, and look at this. Oh, interesting. It's still one beam, but it just deals more damage. I thought it would be multiple beams like Eldritch Blast, since it's like it has this UI right here. Okay, let's start with Glut, not Glut. Yeah, for some of the added enemies are level 20, but not all of them. The XP mod itself doesn't add enemies. You have different mods as well that add more enemies. Alright, so what do we even use on this one? You know, I could stun her probably. Oh, she has high int, right? Yeah, okay. That ain't happening. Oh, damn, this also does some crazy damage, honestly. So if I just...
Whoa! Parasite, and it's still alive. You should collect it from the corpse.
Damn! She got nuked! Holy shit! That's illegal. Yep, that's the crit for you. Damn! That was a lot of damage. Yeah. Imagine this with like Frozen or anything like that. That's gonna be so much damage. Yeah, let's just use these leftover spell slots for...
Should mind my step.
some easy goblin kids here. Where do we even start? I guess we can do the Hyacinth thing. Should be easy. Yeah, the teleporting is very nice.
Some drow wizard in Moonrise wanna look at you.
The wolf is ready yet. I'm hungry. Right now.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, we don't... that's gonna aggro her. Because this is gonna aggro him, and then that's gonna aggro her. Which I don't want. It's like a chain reaction thingy. Let's place this a bit more over here, I guess. That shouldn't... yeah, that's better, I think. But not really, it doesn't really achieve the effect I need. Though, quite honestly...
Wants to know exactly where those adventurers come from.
Just out of range.
We'll smoke 'em out, no problem.
Good enough. Yeah, let's just do this. Why not Matt? What the fuck? Interesting. I would take it. Let's do these guys.
Not for communal.
Dude.
At the ready.
Do you want le smoke? Hey, come on. Take your route. I'm waiting. Come on. Start walking. Dude, if you're not start. Dude, how annoying can someone be? This guy, yes. Dude, just... I love this game, dude. Let's just...
Better be cautious.
Yeah, sometimes the kill box is just not where it's supposed to be. That's why they die so weirdly. Yeah, let's surprise these guys with this.
You're being arrested for...
Okay. Halsin just hates children, I think, because he wastes his one multi attack per fight on that one guy all the time. What's the chance? Yeah, 90%. I will take it.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Let's stay just out of range. It's also kinda racist that goblin kids can be killed, but other kids can't. That's kinda crazy. Yeah, let's dash and start supporting Halsin from a safe distance. Damn. Yeah, they did throw rocks at him, that is true. Also, that spider is way too close to me for what I'd like to, what I'd like it to be. Please don't crit me, spider. Nice. Go for the druid instead. That's great. Alright, let's see this Bankai move. Okay. That's kinda sick. Not gonna lie. That is pretty sweet. Yeah, like especially because slow is an insanely strong status effect. And it doesn't... Wait, does it... Okay, it does have a strength save, but apparently all of these guys failed. 16. Damn. It's only gonna get higher from here. Yeah, let's just get some distance here. Yeah, the slow is only gonna get better because obviously slow, for one, it makes it so they can't take reactions, so that's nice. But it also makes it so they can only use one attack, even if they have extra attack, which is insane. And it also makes it so they can only use either action or bonus action. So if they have to use heal or jump, they just can't do anything anymore. Slow is just busted, and having it on just that is crazy. Hello, Serenity. Thank you for the congrats. I am very happy with that, yeah. Hitting 2k subs is kinda crazy. Not gonna lie. At least to me it is. Obviously, like, in terms of actual internet numbers, 2000 isn't all that high, but it's still respectable, I think.
Either way, I owe thanks. How is this? That must be where these enchantment pay. If you want to find a cure, I cannot allow these. They are the ones holding these parasites. There is no safety. Not while this mason.
Alright. So what's the plan? I should be using this, honestly. Let's let's just long rest and then we can do some goblin killing shenanigans.
I'm Althera, a bard from the Grove. I don't mean any harm.
I am Liv. Nice to meet you.
I want to join you, to fight by your side. I want to, but
no.
Please, oh please.
Yeah, she's gonna be gone by morning. I'm gonna make sure of that.
All right. Good night.
Yeah, to this day, the knife throwing video is by far my best performing one.
You open your eyes.
I am very happy with that one.
Do you want the body? You recall nothing of how you ended
And
up.
it's not even my favorite build I've made, honestly.
Aches. No, the question flows through your. If you
But
don't
I guess it's just what the people like the most.
Your misdeed.
But at this point, I think it's sitting around 50k views, which is just insane. That's 50,000 people. That's like a football stadium in a big one.
Another waif dead before her time. I wonder how it... She was brutalized.
Yes, I did it.
The blood speaks for itself.
She annoyed me.
That's all.
And as the Inquisition departs, you are left alone.
Man, this outfit looks so sick. Yeah, it is a nice dirge build, that's for sure. And I do really like it. It's not like I don't like it. It's just not my favorite. Well, if that's what you thought when looking at it on YouTube, that's exactly what my goal was. Because my goal isn't always to make the most powerful builds, even though I do try to make the builds powerful, but it's more to like give the builds a certain style, right? And just to then go off that style and try to make that the most powerful it can be. But the style and the like overall aesthetics of the build is always has priority, and then the rest comes after. Actually, okay, do we start with the courtyard or do we start inside? Honestly, I want to start with the courtyard just because it's easier to set up if they're not already hostile. Let's boo Volo off the stage first.
Wait, come.
Do you have anything sorcerer related?
Looking to spend it?
Nothing. I am going to sell all this stuff to you though. Get some money back. I might use Morning Frost as well on this one. Though I'm not gonna deal too much cold damage. But still. Okay, so I guess out of all the spells I have, Cloud of Daggers is still gonna do the most for me, right? So I'm gonna start with Minor Illusion on this. Oh yeah, that's gonna look. That's gonna be so fat. Look at this. I want to get as many of the outer ones in here, where already like a big bunch of them are. If I can collect all of them around here, that'd be great. Did you experiment with Crater Flash Gloves and Dollar that add damage to Withering Cut? Didn't they nerf Crater Flash Gloves though in patch 8? I'm pretty sure they nerfed how it works, but I might be wrong on that. Honestly, I already think Battle Master's interesting, but obviously that's highly subjective. Let's move this bad boy a bit more in the middle here, so I have some ammunition in case they come too close. And just run. Also, how many goblins did I kill with that? Dude, this is annoying. I think there's a setting to avoid that. Where's the XP? 30? Really? I only killed like 2 goblins with that? There's no way. What? Huh. That's a big healing potion. Okay, nice. I was worried my flame paladin build would be impacted by that. But I guess if it's not fixed, then I don't have to worry about that. No, if you're okay, this is like a shameless self-plug right here. But if you're actually curious on how I used it, you can check out my Paladin of Zarya build. probably the highest damaging bit I've ever made, and it's with Crater Flash. So... And obviously also Dollar Armorous. I am fully aware how it works. I just thought it got fixed in patch 8.
Fall by my hand.
Yikes. Get forced. Man, this is just Fireball but better. Because it's cooler. No, it's apparently it still works. Like the only thing I was worried about was Crater Flash, and I didn't test it yet. But if that still works like it used to, then it should still work. The entire flame vulnerability thing does work still. So the core of the build still works, but only the Crater Flash part I was worried about. Yeah, that one is honestly my favorite build I've ever made. Just because so much thought went into actually creating the thing, and then when it was done and I was finally finished and happy with it, it did so much damage that I was just completely blown away. Just the sheer amount of damage that thing deals is insane. Yeah, I can imagine the duelist build deals crazy damage with Booming Blade, yeah. Obviously I didn't have it at the time, but I can really imagine how it works. Let's place this right here to start dealing with those guys. Honestly, the ogres might be an issue. Gotta be careful here. The double ogre is for sure something I don't want to mess with for now. Let's see. Okay, so the trackers up there have like some crazy range. I have to be careful as well. Nice. Alright, so I'm just gonna... Can I place this somewhere where it doesn't break the thing, but it also covers more? Yeah, I think best I can do is like right here. Honestly, can I push this guy? Or like... Nah, I can't, okay. I have to be careful not to get too close to the other ones over here. Nice. Okay, I might actually be able to kill these ogres just by doing this. That's gonna be huge. If they just keep doing that. I guess for these guys, Space Sparkler would probably do more work, but whatever. The AI in this game is so stupid sometimes. Because right now, in case you're wondering why they are not doing anything, the only reason they're not doing anything is because they are technically waiting for Grad the Trader to kill that one barricade. That's what they're all waiting for. So instead of doing something productive, they just skip their turn. What kind of archer build does 2 to 3k damage? Even if you have like some crazy paralysis humanoid slaying setup, you still don't deal 2 to 3k damage. That is I've never seen a build that actually deals that much damage. In general, I think archer builds are crazy overrated. I think the only reason archer builds are famous in the first place is because of Morgana Evelyn, who just when the game first came out, she uploaded like a clip where she killed Orin with an arrow of humanoid slaying, dealing like 200 whatsoever damage. But most archer builds just aren't all that strong. Like obviously there are arrows of many targets and arrows of whatever slaying that deal crazy damage, but they are just builds that do more than that. Archers are just the most brain-dead build in my opinion, but they're not the strongest builder by any means. Not even close. Let's get this. Though, to be fair, there are some very fun archer builds, but even those aren't all that strong. What kind of HP do these guys have? We could just get some more distance here. Okay, that guy's still stuck. But in terms of archer builds that I would make, there is actually one archer build that I have in mind that deals crazy amounts of damage, but it's not even close to the ones that are currently like considered quote-unquote meta archer builds. The one I'm making is like the furthest you can be from an archer build while still being an archer build, if that makes sense. Because it has very little to do with actually shooting your bow. But honestly, I'm curious. What kind of build do you have in mind that deals 2 to 3k damage on an archer? Because the most I can imagine, like if you take for example a crazy action setup where you have haste, where you have action surge, where you have improved extra attack, and yeah, I guess that's about it. Or maybe even like a Gloomstalker in there, then without improved extra attack. Even then, you don't get anywhere close to 2 to 3k. Because the most you can get with one arrow is like 400. Like 400 per arrow is realistically the limit I can see. But even then, that is without improved extra attack. You have to sacrifice that to get that kind of damage. So the most you can get is like around 1.6, maybe 1.9 if you're like stretching it really. So I really don't see how you get 2 to 3k damage. And even then it's not great, because you have to use crazy resources to even get that damage. Yes, my accent is indeed German. I am 100% a German guy trying to sound English. Honestly, I'm just curious about the build. Like, what did he use? If you could just tell me that. Yeah, but the highest damaging builds in the game aren't archer builds, not even close. I think one of them might actually be my Zarya Paladin build. Because if you put that together and actually set it up the right way, you can deal over 2k damage per turn with that build easily. I've just never done it because there's no enemy with that amount of HP. But the archer builds really just most of the time get stuck somewhere around 1.9 maybe per turn. Unless you count arrow of many targets, obviously. With that you can kind of cheat the system, because obviously you can hit many targets and then deal more damage per turn. But I'm talking about single target. Yeah, this is a lot of weight. I'm just gonna send this to camp. Yeah, there just aren't that many enemies with high HP in the game that it's even worth making a build like that. Though it is quite fun just to see the big numbers. Alright, let's... I mean, we don't have any spell slots left, any meaningful ones anyway, but... Okay, so with that build... Okay, I see what... Okay. First of all, that's not a build anymore, that's just stacking every single damage rider in the game. But... to get... Was he playing on honor mode? Because with that build, I would imagine... if you play that build on tactician, it's a whole different story. Because what he did right there is stack essentially every single damage rider in the entire game. But some of these, at least to get to the 2k damage... Okay, so that's weird. Because I don't see this dealing that much damage against any meaningful enemies. Like, see... this against any guy with damage reduction is just gonna deal no damage. Okay, no, I do see why that's a lot of damage, but at this point calling it a build is a big stretch. Because you're not playing a build anymore at that point. You're just stacking every single damage instance the game has to offer. But if you go through all this effort to to deal this much damage, why would you go with archery? It's still not the highest possible damage. There are other means to get multiple damage sources. Like, if I take this setup and go with a build, I wouldn't choose any humanoid slaying arrow. Like, it's easy because it's already 2 damage sources with applicable damage riders, but it's not the most you can get out of an attack. So why go with archery? You know what? Okay, so I'm saying all of this from the perspective of already having made a build that, at least to my knowledge, is stronger than this. And it's not out yet, I'm still working on it. So I might just kinda upload that bit at some point, because I was planning on just making a short video about it, just explaining how it works. But there's a different attack that just has more damage rider applicable to it. Like more instances that reuse damage riders. So I might show that at that point. Because this shouldn't be the highest damage possible. But we'll see, maybe it is, maybe I'm missing something here, but it shouldn't be. Man, I'd like to have a level 3 space slot right now. Just to blast all of these guys. Do I have like some scroll? That I can just... Yeah, I do, but these aren't worth using here. Magic club. Yeah, I know how it works, yeah. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. Get shit on. Though I guess this way I don't even get the surprise. Whatever. No, it's not Shadowblade. Shadowblade just deals a lot of damage, but it's not... It doesn't have multiple damage riders applicable to it, sadly. So it doesn't work the way I would want it to. Damn, this is sick. I don't hate Shadowblade, honestly. I like it a lot, but I just don't want to use it. Dude, this is so cool. Get clubbed. Oh. Wait, what kind of spell is this? Okay, evocation. Sad. If it was illusion, that'd be kind of crazy. But it wouldn't make any sense. Okay, extra movement speed acquired.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Let's long rest again. We're completely out of resources. Also, I should go to the Arcane Tower at this point just to get all the resources there. Yeah, let's long rest. And then do Arcane Tower.
Tonight you
oh yeah, we got a
wonder
cloak.
what she looked like as she died. As you jolt awake, too many questions plague you.
Oh yeah, I guess one thing I can spoil for you guys, since you're watching my stream and you deserve it.
I followed you, my dear rotted master.
One thing I'm gonna do is, in the next Dark Urge part, the True Dark Urge run, I am going to make a build for the Slayer form. I think I spoiled that in one of my community posts as well. But I am going to make a build that essentially just makes the Slayer form deal the most possible damage. Which I think is kind of cool. And I've actually worked together with Myth or Mythical Edge, for those of you who know him. And he did a Slayer form only run once, and I was the guy who gave him the build for that before I actually did my own stuff. So but that build wasn't the best possible build. And not because I didn't want to give him the best build, but because I didn't think of the best build. And now I have a better idea on how it could work, so now I'm gonna improve the build and yeah, make like kind of an Act 2 segment where I just use that build, essentially. And we'll see how it goes. Because the Slayer form is way stronger than you probably think it is. It is fantastic, and I'm gonna show why exactly. But with how much I've been procrastinating on that video, it's probably gonna take some time to release. I do have to be honest on that one. Why would you play on 500 HP? That's 500% HP, I mean. That's so lame. I've never understood these quote unquote challenges. Okay, I'm gonna talk a bit now. Now you've brought a topic up that I don't really like. There are so many challenges out there where the enemies just have like 500% HP and a billion extra actions, and they can also deal 12k damage and all that. And I think that, like, obviously the point of the challenge isn't for it to make sense, and I get that. And I think it's quite entertaining to watch these challenges. But in my opinion, it would be way more interesting to see a build that can actually compete with those, instead of just using exploit and cheese to avoid those. Because I've seen the impossible challenge done by many people, and most of them just use exploits and cheese. And I get why that's necessary. I don't say it's like easy to do without them. But I'd love to see like a build that actually does it, and doesn't just like stack some weird interactions. So I might make a build with that in mind at some point, just to see if it's possible. Because obviously, if you have so much HP on the enemies, you're not really playing the game normally anymore. At least if you're playing on honor mode. RIP. Whatever. I want to fight these guys anyway. Now, how do I start this? Now this might work. I wonder if I can get all of them in that cone. All of them but the Sovereign, which is probably the one I want most. Are they... Whoa. Okay, well, I guess I can save myself that. I'd like to get all of them in there, but that's obviously not happening. Now I can apparently get all of them in here. So that's probably something I should do. Let's dash to get some distance here and then slow them. Nice. Yeah, obviously it's not a war crime to do it. It's still your playthrough. I'm just saying I don't get why it's fun at that point anymore. It's just something I can't wrap my mind around. Like, especially in this game where I think the balance is in 99% of the encounters the balance is so well done, and it's such a key part of enemies where like the very simple idea of having someone be very squishy but then deal high damage or the opposite is so important in this game, and if you just take that away, the entire value from me just gets reduced of the game. Like the game just gets reduced to how much damage can you deal in one turn before you get deleted. And that's why I don't enjoy that kind of buffs or like changes to the game's mechanics. Because the entire idea of the different encounters goes away. Like every encounter becomes the same exact encounter. Just you get deleted or you delete. That's the two options. Yeet. That's so funny. Let's just get some distance here. No, what? That's cheating. Yikes. Man, that's a lot of damage. Nice. Okay, the other guys should also die a horrible death. So I can't get Biver Banked Spot anymore. Also, this guy appears to be unarmed, so he's just half as bad as I thought he would be. But if he keeps summoning them, that's gonna be bad. Dude, don't buff your guys. Please. I beg of you. Don't do it. Okay, but this guy, he should be, yeah, he's weak to fire. That is true. A 4-person party can for sure be very strong. But that's why I play solo, right? Do we just go for this guy by just hitting him with this? Oh, nice, dude. The crit. Just for free. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, you need to get some distance. Okay. That is quite low. Also, this guy's... he's gonna threaten me though. Yeah. It's annoying. Can I make this guy witness infinity? Just stun him? Probably. Or I could just go with this and deal damage that way. Okay, now, I hope he doesn't nuke me. Because with how weak this guy appears to be, he's actually quite strong, so... let's just hope he doesn't do some shenanigans. Why do these guys have extra attack? I'm dead, I think. Nope, I'm not. Nice. That was close. I didn't expect that guy to have extra attack. That was quite scary. Let's just heal up here, using a bigger potion. And let's go for this guy. Oh, dude, this is so satisfying. I wonder if these guys heal after they exit combat. Just kill off these guys. Nice. Does he drop anything? Oh yeah, the same stuff the other guy drops. And do these guys drop anything? I'm gonna assume they don't do drop anything meaningful.
More pockets.
Also, I talked about the advertisement situation on YouTube earlier, but it is quite crazy how much they want you to advertise. So, when I started the stream, right, I had 3 options. I guess 4 options. I could either turn off monetization, just removing all ads, or I could go with the least amount of ads possible, like a medium amount and a high amount. And obviously on my phone I'm not logged into my account, right? So I get the normal user experience when I watch the stream to WeChat. So I see how many ads the stream still gets, and that's the lowest possible amount. Like the lowest possible setting is this. What kind of psycho setting would be the highest possible amount, I imagine? Like how many ads can one possibly have in one stream?
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Like that's just more ad than stream at that point. It's just crazy to me how much YouTube wants you to monetize your content. But I can't imagine someone would actually go for that, because it's just gonna, like, the content is just gonna get ruined. I don't get it. Like, yeah, obviously you want to make money at some point, but not at the expense of the quality. Or at least not too much. My goal is just to make money, at least enough money to pay for college and stuff. That's all I want from this. So I am totally fine with just reducing the ads to a minimum. But someone else who might not is just gonna ruin their content with it. I don't get it. And I guess I should add that I don't have US like college fees. I actually have affordable college, or university in my case. It's not like I have to pay 10k per year like in America. Which is crazy. It's like unreliable tells you it's true. Imagine paying your entire life for your college.
Better not be cursed.
Also we don't need anything from here really. Send this to camp. Yeah, US is crazy. I feel really bad for the people who have to go through that. Because for me in Germany, or just in general, it's like 300 per semester at most. I guess if you're going for like an elite school, maybe a bit more, but I think 300 is about the average. So it's like 600 per year.
Seems like the owner was quite the literary type.
That's easily doable. Hello Tristan, how are you?
You know these words.
Also, I guess I should have announced this a bit earlier, but I guess I did like 3 hours ago, but this is probably where I'm gonna end stream.
A chairleg could make for a fine weapon.
Though, like I said, I will stream tomorrow and the day after as well. Like the entire weekend, I'll probably go live. So I would assume if we are talking about the entire weekend, we probably reach Act 3 easily. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Was a lot of fun. And yeah. I'm gonna go offline now. And about the next part of the Dark Urge, depending on how much I work on it, okay, yeah, honestly, if I ever say it's delayed, this next part, it's 100% because I'm lazy, because I have nothing to do right now. This last part I did do quite a bit of work on it, and like a bunch of rewrites, but for this next part, if you see me do a community post where I say I can't release it right now because it's not finished yet, it's not because I'm working too hard on it, it's because I'm lazy. So you can just keep that in mind. So I can't wiggle my way out of that. Yeah. Whatever. Stream is over, have a great day, and see you tomorrow.